All right, hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. All right, today I'm going to do a video on a topic a question asked to me from one of our subscribers, Jordan Smith. Brought up a question about some palms coverage stuff, some routes that were giving them trouble, how we work to defend some of those things, how we work to protect some of those coverages. So he asked a question in kind of a 3x1 light, but I'm going to talk about it more as a coverage question to show what we would do, how we carry other things, why we carry other things to alleviate some problems. So Jordan Smith, appreciate the comment, appreciate the topic. Today's national championship game, so Alabama, Ohio State should be a good one. I'm an Alabama fan, so obviously I'm rooting for Alabama, but as a football coach, I'm interested in seeing how Alabama's going to defend some of the tempo and formations and some unbalance or formation to the sideline, FIB, formation to the boundary stuff that Ohio State did last week. And then I'm always interested to see how people plan on attacking Alabama's RPO game and what they plan on doing, whether it be light boxes, inviting a run game, and forcing them to give it into looks that they want them to give it into, or just how they're going to take that away. So everybody that's a fan, college football, tonight's the night, so hopefully we'll see a good game. Make sure you check out some of our partners. Dome Hats, a headwear company we use, Play Fast Football in the high school I'm currently at. You can go on there online and check out their custom online hat builder where you can start generating your own hat, change the hat style, change the colors, change the panels, change the eyelid colors, change the button on the top, put your own embroidery on the side. You can have a Velcro back, you can have a snap back, you can have a fitted hat. So every hat has a story. Make sure you help or let Dome help you tell your hat story. Baker Sporting Goods, which is a local company that we use for our coaches' gear, players' gear. Our uniforms are distributed from Baker Sporting Goods. So if you've got anything you need, all right, Baker Sporting Goods is the place to go for your players, coaches, fans. You can get all your stuff in one spot. Just Play Football, a more powerful presentation. It's the digital play drawing tool that I use when I'm going to be speaking at webinars or clinics or doing anything on my Patreon site. That's the tool I use to diagram plays. They also have some features where you can quiz your players on your playbook and your game plan that week and find out how much information your players have actually retained and how much they really know about it. So make sure you check out Just Play Football, Game Strat, Sideline Replay system that we use. If you're looking for a highly reliable, highly affordable sideline replay system, make sure you check out Game Strat. If you follow me on Twitter, CoachMac8740, right now, you still have a chance for a national championship game tonight. We have a special going on, a giveaway from Game Strat. If you follow Game Strat, if you retweet my tweet with the video on it, and you tag two other football coaches, you predict the winner tonight. Closest final score with the winner that does all of those things has a chance to win a $500 credit from Game Strat, so make sure you check that out. DifferenceUSA, the ultimate striking machine. We have one in our weight room. Get thousands of reps without needing a partner. Elbows in, thumbs up, eyes where they need to be, so make sure you check out DifferenceUSA. HighandTight, which is the ball security training aid we use. It has sensors inside different panels that when you hold the ball correctly, you have all the points of pressure and the ball's in a proper position with the points of pressure all accurate the way they're supposed to be, and you have the ball high and tight, it beeps. Once you get it in that position that it beeps, that's where you know is the secure position for the football. That's the football where the football needs to be held. Anything else you do, you start swinging the ball, elbow out, air, wrist down low like this. You don't hear the beep. If you don't hear the beep, you're doing it wrong. Ball security is job security. Make sure you check out HighandTight. All right, so I've done a bunch of different coverage videos before. I've done some half-line videos, some different videos that talk about different coverages we might play. But the idea behind this video was Jordan Smith was asking me about the flood concept, and he was basically talking more about at a 3x1 when you're playing probably a stress triangle, whatever you call your concept, where you're playing palms on 1 and 2, and maybe your backside safety is poaching 3 vertical, and how teams were attacking that palm side to the 3x1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at it more from a 2-receiver set right now, and I'm going to look at it more from the topic of how do we understand what the beaters are to the coverage? What do we do to defend the beaters in those coverage? Because the bottom line is every coverage has beaters. So if the offense knows the coverage you're in, and they have good players, and they have good coaches, they can draw up routes that take advantage of the rules of that coverage. That's what football is. Offense is going to try and take advantage of certain things that the defense does. Defense is going to take advantage of certain things that the offense does. Think right now about all the talk right now that's out about sim pressures and creeper blitzes. The idea is to take advantage of the pass protection rules, get the offense to do something within their rules to set the pass protection, bring the pressure from a different way, all right, so that you get the offense to do something that you want them to do. Well, defensively, all right, it's the same thing. When you set your rules for your coverages, And offenses know how you play your coverages. They are going to run certain routes from certain splits or formations at certain depths to try and attack the rules that you have in place for that coverage. That's what, the game of football is. It's a chess game. That's what makes it so great. Okay, it's who has the marker last. So on the board, nobody has the marker last. You can win however you want to win on a whiteboard. When you're on the field, who has the marker last and can you execute versus what you're seeing? So when you're looking at just a basic palm structure, one of the first route concepts he was talking about was kind of the flood concept where, let's say you had one on and out, one on vert, two on a deep out. Let's say we push, release, three to the flat, right? Okay, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to get one out of the picture. The corner takes one. They get two on a vertical, making the free safety have to defend the vertical, and then they break it off on an 8 to 10 yard out because that's the toughest route, or one of the toughest routes for the free safety to cover from depth. And then they're going to high-low that nickel star with that route, all right, with the route that's in the out route to the push-down flare, right? So one of the first things we talk about all the time is you got to rep the beaters. So if this is one of the coverage beaters, you got to understand that this has to be repped all the time. You've got to rep it in half-line drills. You've got to rep it in skeleton, all right? In my opinion, you should take the 3 or 4 routes that beat you the most in a certain coverage, and they should be repped every week regardless of what your opponent does. I don't care what your scout cards say. I don't care what your opponent's passing game is. Take your coverages that you play, take the 3 to 4 routes that give it the most trouble by rule, that your kids have a hard time defending, and rep those every single day you get on defense, right? So we got to rep the beaters. Cover top down. So we're going to try and tell the free safety he's going to be late to the outcut. All right, our corner's got to win on top of the vertical and not get beat. Free safety's late to the outcut. Our star has to be, all right, 2 doesn't cross my face, 3 doesn't out-leverage me. When I expand, the biggest mistake kids make when 3 out-leverages is they think that it's a man concept, which it is not. All right, it's a matching zone concept or a pattern read, pattern match concept. So when 3 pushes, I need my star, safety, Sam, nickel, whoever it is, I need him to expand with 3 while trying to hold the window of the outcut. Make them throw the ball to 3, and then we drive down and tackle because we cover top down. All right, so when you're getting that flood concept versus palms or a look like that, that's always going to be the toughest one. All right, or they're going to take this same concept and they're going to break the out off earlier to see what your rules are, to see if they can get the corner to trigger, so when the safety goes to 1, they're going to throw the money ball right there in that window. So either way in that concept, whether it be the high-low on the nickel or the Sam or the money ball in that honey hole based on corner triggering, those are all things that you're going to have to rep based on the rules of the coverage, covering top down, all things that you have to talk about, all right? Disguising your coverages is another one. If you play the same coverages all the time and you don't stem in and out or roll in and out, they're going to get a pretty good idea how you play those coverages. So for us, when we play palms, our corners play with their ass to the sideline. All right, we start in an open position and shuffle. Certain blitzes that we carry, certain things that we do, our trap cover 2 stuff, we need to start in that same palms position, because if we go ahead and we switch to another coverage and our corner all of a sudden plays this way, we're giving away by alignment what we're doing. So when you disguise, and one of the reasons you're starting to see, besides the success of Iowa State, but the 3 high safety structure, you're starting to see gain more and more speed towards spread, air raid type teams. One of the reasons is at the snap, the pre-snap picture, those 3 safeties kind of look the same a lot, and it's hard to figure out where they're going. That's another big key for coverages, is you've got to disguise your coverages. Then you've got to be able to protect your coverages. All right, so what do I mean by protecting coverages? You've got to be able to play other deals. So for us, for the most part, okay, we would start with what I call 2 read to 2 detached receivers. We would have the ability to also play quarters, which is not the same for me in my definition. All right. Then we would have the ability, all right, to also play traditional cover 2, which is not the same as 2 read or quarters in my opinion. And then we would also have the ability to play a combination of man and zone under. So just 4 different things we can do to remove receivers. So that now if we wanted to go and play this situation in quarters, all right, when we play it in quarters, what's going to happen now is our corner is going to be man on 1. Our nickel star, Sam, whoever you want to call it, is now going to be outside. Okay, he's now going to be outside of the number 2. Our free safety would be a little bit further and probably a little bit tighter to the ball on number 2. So now what we're doing is we're changing the leverage up. We're putting the nickel Sam in that out window already. He's already in that window, okay, where he needs to be. So now when they try to run, if they try to run the flood concept, that's man. All right, that route that works out, the free safety's still going to have to drive, but we changed the leverage of the star by putting him outside. So now we've changed the picture, okay, and if we were going to do this, then the tough part of this coverage is the Mike probably has 3 through, so we'd end up with the Mike having to run out to that back. That's a big issue when you're playing quarters and what the inside backer has to do to play 3 through, okay, but by playing quarters versus that route concept, we've changed the leverage, all right, we've changed the leverage of the look. So that now that star is outside. So we're trying to take that out cut, whether it be the quick out or the deep out. The quick out, the fade quick out combination we could all but eliminate because now you're not going to throw the speed out into the outside star. And then the vertical route, there is no hole because the corner doesn't trigger anything else. He plays man on the number 1. So the alignment of that is one of those things that you try to take away the route that's giving you trouble by alignment and leverage. So you change your coverage to a quarters deal. All right, now, if we changed and played cover 2, now you're going to get a different look where your corner is going to be the trap guy that's down. All right, your free safety is going to be a true half player, and now your star from inside leverage becomes a hook curl player. All right, so now what we're trying to do is we're trying to say, all right, listen, trying to reroute if we can, number 1. We try to hold palms as much as we can and not just get up here. All right, and we do have some deals where we play man from press that I'll show you in a minute, and then cover 2 from. So I'm not saying that we line up in that palms look every single time, but we try to work the best we can, especially as players get older in the scheme, on how to disguise those things the way we need to disguise them. So now if the corner becomes the flat player, all right, and the safety's off the half, and this guy's hooked to curl, now to this combination. The corner, all right, can settle and then be able to drive on the flat route. The star can get underneath the outcut in that hip pocket because he doesn't have to worry about anything in the flat because we have a flat player. And now the safety can be over the top, all right, of the number 1. And if our corner does a good job, he should not let the 1 outside. So if our corner does his job right, that vertical of the 1 has to come in here before it goes back out. And now there's only 1 threat on the safety because number 2 went on an outcut. Safety's got 1 threat. We rerouted that 1 threat. Now we've got a guy that can be in the hip of this route, and we've got a guy in the flat. Okay? And then as the corners get better, they understand, hold this window, drive this window. Don't come running up out of your stance on a flat route and give them the outcut. Okay? So cover 2 changes. Then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and play a man version to where we'll play the free safety and catch man at about 6, and we'll play the corner pressed in man. Okay? And now we'll give them a look where this is man to man, while the underneath players still play to read. So these guys all still play to read, but these guys go ahead and play it man. All right, so now when you're trying to beat a certain pattern match combination and you think you're running the outcut with the vert, or you're trying to do whatever you're trying to do to beat the coverage, now you change it to a man concept. All right, and when you change it to a man concept, now, all right, not that they can't win, they can still win on the vertical, especially if you're in press. Okay, but now they're not winning. They're winning one-on-one battles with good throws by the quarterback. They're not winning based on the rules of the coverage. So, just within the simple flood theory, all right, and obviously there's other ones. If we go back to simple 2 read, all right, so if we go back to simple 2 read palms coverage, what are you going to get? All right, at some point you're going to get post, corner, or fork, right? That's going to be a palms beater. You're going to get post, over dig. That's going to be a palms beater. Then you're going to get post, dig. That's going to be a potential palms beater. Okay, and then the big one that you're starting to see more and more of from the backside is you're starting to get front side, post, post, and then you're starting to get the dirty vertical from the backside where they're going in and then vertical up the field there. Alabama scored on it versus Florida in a game. Oklahoma scored on it a bunch. Some people call it, mesh and go or however the terminology is. Bottom line is they take these 2 players on the palm side, 2 read side, double post to get them to run with that. The backside guy runs the dirty vertical, so he tries to make it so that he's not running, all right, vertical there, so that the weak safety turns it over to the other side of the field. And then you've got, if you pushed your back here, you've got your mic leveraging this way, and now this slips under here and then goes up the field on like an inside version of a wheel route. Okay? Now, again, when you're starting to see stuff like that, what does that end up doing? Got to have coverages to protect coverages. So what we got to end up doing, if we start seeing that, or we start seeing read away from mic stuff, we go ahead and play man-to-man on the backside away from the 2 read or the quarter side. We play man on the backside, and now, all right, when you're trying to affect the read or the structure of the palms here, we're man-to-man on this, and hopefully we can win running with the slot on that. Okay, so when you're talking about coverage beaters, always rep the beaters in the coverages. Rep if you're a cover 3 team, you better rep curl flat and all your 4 verticals. You got to rep your beaters in that coverage so that your kids are used to seeing it. Cover from the top down and try and give up everything underneath first. Rally to it and tackle it. Never try to defend every play and then give up busts or over the top. Top down, let them throw. All right, so like the flood concept. Cover the vert first, make sure you got the out covered, rally to that second. Okay? Disguise your coverages, try and change. We close the middle of the field every once in a while with some stuff that we do, some rubber or man-free, one rat, low hole, high hole stuff when we close the middle of the field because we're not a traditional 3 deep team. We play some Tampa 2. So we do things to kind of change and disguise what we're doing because if they know we're in palms, they're going to draw up the beaters all the time. Good teams do it to us all the time. They'll open a game in a standard set. We open a game in our standard coverage. They've got their beater on play number 1, whether it be play action or post over dig, dig over post, post corner, whatever they think their palms beaters might be. All right, 1 vert, 2 on bubble, Y cross from the backside. All the good things that offensive guys are going to do versus those types of coverages. Okay, so be able to disguise, be able to change. All right, and then always protect your coverage. Carry other coverages that either change the leverage, change the rules of the assignments. So we go from 2 read, the ability to play quarters to 2 detached, the ability to play cover 2 to 2 detached, and then the ability to play man up top with zone players underneath. All right, everybody, we have some other coverages that we carry, but in general, that is us. And if you really were to break it down, we are, probably 65 to 70% palms, and then probably 10% quarters, 10% cover 2, 10% man with palms underneath. So, we start as a palms 2 read team. That's who we are, but we know everybody's going to try and beat it, so we have to have the ability to play some other things. And then in run support, we have to have the ability to do other things when they are starting to affect the perimeter and get guys blocked with the ball going to the perimeter because 2 is inside. Your star, your Sam, whoever it is inside the slot. So, in general, great question, Jordan. I know I didn't address it from 3x1, okay, but I did address it from a palm scenario, and I did address how we would try to cover it, how we would try to protect it, all the things that I think you need to do in practice, in schemes to carry in your toolbox so that you can cover it. So I appreciate the question. Good luck, any Ohio State fans out there. Good luck to you guys tonight. As always, I'm going to roll Tide, so I hope we can pull one off tonight. Thanks for following and doing everything you guys do for Play Fast Football. Click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, turn your notifications on so you know every time that we do a video. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you like it or you don't, so I know what I'm doing well, what I'm not. Topics you like, topics you don't. Leave a comment, because just like this one, if it's a video that I can do, I will respond to your comment and try and do a video and answer all your questions, all right? Appreciate everything you guys do. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. Remember, you won't play well until you play fast. See you next time.